I'm actually back on the liquid diet, and you know what, this is pretty suitable for the video we're about to film. So how's it going, YouTube? I'm Blaine and welcome back to a brand new most amazing top 10 video. So just letting you guys know, I've been doing a liquid diet. I'm just drinking. I'm actually going with no food. If you guys want to check out those videos, click right over here. You guys can check it out. I nearly died, okay? You guys might want to see it. So what happens to your body when it's in a state of starvation? Well, our bodies will first try to break down any stored sugars, and once that is used up, it turns to breaking down fats. As a last resort, our bodies will start to break proteins until we fall apart into a coma or die. So how long can we survive without food or water? It is said we can survive up to 21 days without food, although I think I almost died in 1 hour, and without water, well, about a week. However, the people on this list have defied all odds and scientific reasoning. So, you know what? Let's take a look at the top 10 people who have gone the longest without food. Let's begin our list at number 10. This is just pure liquid. Vegetables. I don't eat vegetables, so I gotta drink it. So we're starting off with James Scott. Back in 1991, James went hiking with his friends in Nepal, but he got lost and separated from his group. Unfortunately, he didn't have a lot of survival tools with him. He only had some layers of clothes, a sleeping bag, books, and a first aid kit. He also had 2 chocolate bars, but he ate them within the first 2 days of being lost. So in total, he spent 43 days trapped in a snowstorm eating nothing but snow. His body was extremely dehydrated and weak. Fortunately, he was found by a search party and he lived to write a book about his near-death experience. David Blaine comes into this list at number 9. Yes, the famous David Blaine. In September of 2003, David Blaine started an endurance stunt in which he was sealed inside of a transparent glass that was suspended 30 feet in the air next to the River Thames in London. This stunt lasted 44 days and it involved David Blaine drinking 4.5 liters of water per day and not eating a single thing. A lot of people believe this stunt was just an illusion, so they couldn't constantly taunt him and make his experience a living nightmare. They actually flew a hamburger on a remote controlled helicopter around his box. They would throw food at his box, and someone actually tried to cut the cable that supplied water to his box. Like, did you guys actually want to try to kill him? Could you go to jail for attempted murder? Our stomachs are rumbling in at number 8, and we're talking about Brendan Hughes. He was involved in a hunger strike in which they protested for the rights to be treated as prisoners of war rather than criminals. Brendan Hughes and 6 other inmates refused food for 53 days before Hughes ordered the hunger strike to end because their demands were not being met. Brendan Hughes died at the age of 59 years old due to an illness associated with his failure to fully recover from the hunger strike. Barry Horn starves himself in at number 7. He was an animal rights activist who gained international attention when he participated in a 68-day hunger strike in an effort to pursue the British government to review their laws on animal testing. The hunger strike caused him to suffer from kidney damage, and he died of liver failure 3 years later. And now at number 6, we have Brother Yun. He was arrested numerous times and was imprisoned 3 times for promoting gospel in communist China. During his first imprisonment, he said that God wanted him to fast without food and water until he could see his family again. His fast lasted 74 days and he became severely malnourished and came close to dying. Mohammed al Rig takes us into number 5. This Palestinian reporter was accused of belonging to an Islamic terror group and he was arrested. 4 days with him being taken into custody, he refused to eat because he was detained without knowing the charges or evidence that they had against him. Within 3 months of his hunger strike, his body looked like a skeleton. He was in excruciating pain, his speech was slurred, and his vision was fading. After 92 straight days of not eating, prison guards tied him to his bed, forcibly examined him, and they put an IV line in his arm against his will. Buddha Boy climbs up this list in at number 4. A teenage boy in south-central Nepal meditated for 10 months and he didn't consume food or water for the entire time. He gained international attention, and even the Discovery Channel flew a film crew to Nepal to determine if it was even possible for a human to survive without food or water for this long. A lot of people believe that this was an elaborate hoax, so the film crew set up a camera for 96 straight hours where they observed his every move. They determined that there was no hidden water pipes or food sources, people sneaking him food. I'm still skeptical, but what do you guys think? Because, I almost died within the first hour of no food. Alright, next up, number 3 is a science experiments patient. Back in 1965, a man was morbidly obese, went to the Department of Medicine, and told them that he wanted to lose weight by starving himself and living off his body fat. He told the hospital that he was going to do this regardless what doctors say, so they might as well monitor him and study him during his dangerous fast. He didn't eat any food, but hospital staff gave him yeast for the first 10 months and a multivitamin every day. He continued this fast for a total of 382 days, and his weight dropped from 456 pounds to 180 pounds. However, this is extremely dangerous and he could have easily died. Things get even more extreme, and at number 2 with the woman who lived without food or water for over 56, not days, not weeks, not months, we're talking years. Giri Bala was teased about her weight ever since she was a young girl. After constant ridicule and torment, she decided to stop eating altogether. She practiced religious prayers and taught herself breathing exercises and practiced this technique constantly and has apparently never eaten since. Giri hasn't eaten for 56 years, but again, I found this very, extremely hard to believe. And finally, at the number 1 spot, because how do you beat that? Well, there's someone that beat that record. We have Prahlad Jani, who hasn't eaten in 70 years. In 2010, he was being held in isolation at a hospital where he was closely examined and monitored. He's being referred to as a breatharian who believes that it is possible through meditation that they can reach a level of consciousness where they don't need to fuel their body with food. They can live off of the air and sunlight. Is this real life right now? I don't think so. I'm sure he sneaks in a Snicker bars or something, once in a while when no one's looking. No one can go that long without food. But then again, I've never tried this form of meditation, so who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is possible, because you know what? Anything is possible. Well, there you guys have it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys all in a brand new Most Amazing Top 10 video.